Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah Lauren and today I'm coming to you from the end of the video, but I will be taking you with me through my get ready with me. I'm going out tonight, so we had to get all glammed up. I was excited to do this. So yeah, I answered some questions that I got asked on my Instagram. So it's a bit of a chatty get ready with me. So enjoy.
Your call has been forwarded.
I'm gonna take you step by step from my routine. I'm going out tonight to actually a pretty cool thing. I'm back in New York right now. It was just, I'll get into like what I'm doing and stuff later. But I did ask some questions on my Instagram, so I'll be answering some of those for you. I actually, to start off, because I probably look really weird to people that have seen me, because first of all, I haven't slept in like forever, so my bags are so bad. Second of all, I've been eating crazy food for like Christmas and New Year's holiday and everything, so I'm breaking out. But also on top of that, got my eyelash extensions out because I feel like I have like lighter eyes, like they're green, and I feel like the extensions were like darkening my eyes and you couldn't really see the color, if that makes sense. So I took them all out and I'm gonna do this like for a month at least. I'm gonna like compare like how I felt and how I've been looking and how I've been feeling, because I don't think I need them. Like, I'm considering, so if you guys have ever tried the tint and lift, I hear that's a good thing to do with your lashes, because like obviously mine are in recovery stage right now. I had extensions for so long, but yeah, if anyone has done that, please let me know. Fully thought I was recording, but I wasn't. So let's go back to the beginning. What I have already done is obviously moisturize my face, and then I put primer on by Lise Watier. I don't know if that's how you say it, but yeah. And then I'm trying out the new thing today with put bronzer and like highlighter and like concealer underneath, and then put the foundation on. And I've never done this yet, so we'll see how it is. But I got these new brushes from Rose Ink because they like apply better. So I just put a little bit of bronzer on and a little bit of concealer under my eyes and on my chin and my nose. And we're gonna try that technique where you put it over and see how it goes. But like, I'm going full face today. So I don't know if like this is like full coverage foundation. I use the Forever Skin Glow Dior. I meant to say Dior and then I tried to say Forever, so I said them all at the same time and it didn't make sense. Yeah, so I asked some questions on my Instagram the other day. I was supposed to make a video with my friend, but we were too drunk and in a rush, so we didn't do that. So I'm gonna answer them for you all by myself, and I hope you're okay with that. So yeah, but yeah, I'm gonna go on with this. I'm gonna put it on the lid, a few pumps, and then go on with my other Rose Ink foundation brush. And yeah, so I just came back from like holidays, and I started off going from, I went home, so I went to Toronto first, and then I went to London, Ontario, that's where I'm from. And then I went to Florida with my family for New Year's because we had a bunch of family friends there. And then we went to, well, I went to LA to, to visit a friend. And then I went to England, and then I came back to New York for like a few days. And then I went to England and visited my best friend Ivana, who I was supposed to make this video with, and visited her for 10 days because it is like a long flight, so I stayed for quite a bit there. And now I'm back in New York, and don't worry, your girl is hella jet lagged, but she's gonna pretend she's not, because I haven't seen my friends in a while, and I'm meeting a new friend tonight who is actually a stylist. So I'm really excited to meet her and ask her like about like how she got to do what she's doing, because I'm in fashion. I love styling. I would love to like get a take on her and what she's doing and how she got there. But yeah, I asked you guys on my Instagram. If you don't follow it, I'll put it up on the screen now. But follow me there because I will answer. So my friend just bailed. One of them, so it's fine. But like, so sad. I was so excited for her to come. But also, people love these things in their hair. I think I look like a child when I wear it. I don't know how people like it, but whatever. So yeah, I'm gonna get into these questions while that I put on my Instagram and answer them truthfully and see, and also sip because I have a drink. So yeah, let's just get straight into it because, oh, I just lost it. Okay, first question. What's the hardest lesson you've learned thus far? Oh no, start from the beginning. What is the biggest challenge when living in New York? So for those of you who don't know, I moved from Toronto to New York this year. It's been 6 months now, something like that, half a year. I moved in the summer. And this is, by the way, the Traceless foundation. I use it as like bronzer because it goes on really well over makeup. But some people use it as foundation, which it's supposed to be used for, I guess. But I don't know. I don't know why I do that, but I do. So yeah, I'm putting that on right now and then I'm gonna blend it out. But what is your biggest challenge when living in New York? My biggest challenge when living in New York has to be just like feeling alone, like my sense of loneliness, because there's so many more people here in New York than there were in Toronto, and I obviously don't know as many. So like walking in places like my school or to the mall or for coffee or something, like I run into, or like to the gym, like I run into a lot less people that I know. And I'm just like, I used to get anxiety in the beginning from it, and I still do get anxiety sometimes, but like not as much, obviously, because like I've been doing it for the last 6 months. But that's probably the hardest thing, is just like feeling like you deserve to be here. Like it's really hard and it's really competitive, and if anyone tells you that it's easy moving, I'm sure anywhere it's not easy, especially in a big city like here. What else? I guess that's the biggest. And then just like the sense of like, because like obviously if you're in New York, everyone wants to better themselves and everyone's hustling and everyone's trying to be someone. It's like very competitive, so the pressure is very high, and that pressure is not easy to deal with sometimes. And I'm on anxiety meds, and so for me, clearly it's not easy. I'm now going in with my rose ink. I use it as like a highlight-ish in all these places, and also concealer. Another question is, are you planning on staying in New York when school finishes? This is a great question, because even when I like came back, like when I left New York, I missed New York. I fully missed New York, and I was missing home before that. So it was good that I actually missed it. But I do miss Toronto. Like I loved it. I have made such like best friends there. I had such a life. I knew where to go to coffee to run into people and find my friends, and I had a routine with certain people that I lived around, and I had a great area, and I knew where to go and where people were, and just like where to go for anything that I needed, like groceries, medical stuff, like anything. Like I just knew where everything was. It felt so safe. And here I had to figure it all out, and I know like I'll soon find places, but there's just so many options here that it's not homey. And I don't think it's ever gonna be homey, which is the sad part. I mean, it will be a homey, but like just not as much, and to the potential it's like a smaller place like Toronto. So unless I move into like a different area or something, but like I don't know, it's hard to explain. But I do see myself staying and working here because it's gonna help me with my dreams and my aspirations and what I want to do in my career and stuff, because of course here is better for fashion than anywhere else in the world. If for those of you who don't know, I'm in school right now for fashion management at Parsons School of Design. I love it and I'm learning so much, and I've already learned so much, and I've only been in school for my first out of 3 semesters, so that's amazing. I'm so happy I came. So yeah, I do think if I can, I will stay here because it helps so much with where I'm gonna go, and it puts me on a better ledge than I would be if I stayed in Toronto with not as much opportunity to make it farther in my career. So in that case, to answer that question, yes, I do think I will stay here after school's done. How do you cope with when you miss the sense of home or homey comfort feeling? So I actually have a therapist, and we came up with this idea of like arranging times, just of like certain days of the week when I FaceTime certain people and like take them around and make them feel like they're with me here in New York. And I do that with like my best friend Ivana. I FaceTime her like all the time randomly, FaceTime other friends, family. FaceTime is a great thing, and just like surrounding yourself with people. Like when I'm anxious and miss home, I just like go outside and get some fresh air as well. And it's so hard to do that, but like if you do it, you feel so much better. FaceTime someone that makes you feel comfortable. Set a routine, set like what you want to do that next day, so you don't have much time of just like you're in your head and kind of stuff like that. So yeah, just talk to the people that are at home and that you miss and that give you that sense of like home feeling when you do. So that's what I do when I want a comfort of like home or homey comfort. Or I just tell my friends, get your ass over here, excuse my language, get your ass over here because I need you, and come hang out with me for a weekend. And it's like the nicest thing. Like just having someone here and experiencing your life with you is and like showing them around and showing you your daily routine is like so satisfying. It's so overrated having people come visit you. Like my family's coming to visit next week, and I'm so excited. Like they're gonna stay with me. Oh, it's so exciting. What's been the most difficult thing about moving? Okay, a lot of these are about moving. The most, probably because I talk about it so much with the people around me, because it is not easy, and anyone going through it, I feel for you because it is so hard, especially when you're on your own and not like moving with like a significant other or something. Let's see. Most difficult. I think the most difficult thing is just like doing it alone, like not doing it with a best friend that's like from your hometown. And I have met so many amazing friends so far, like so many. I'm shocked as to how many people I've met already, and I'm so happy that I've met these people. But it is hard that I'm not, you know, living with my best friend and doing this with a friend or a partner or like a boyfriend or something, and that's been the hardest thing. Like just like waking up and having them, or doing it with like a roommate that I am like comfortable with, or somebody that I'm like comfortable with. That's probably been the hardest part, and just like dealing with like my anxiety and like comfort levels, because that's something I struggle with a lot. So obviously moving to a different place, that's gonna be really hard. So yeah. How do you stay disciplined and motivated to work out? Love this question because this is so hard, and I go out to eat, I drink, I do the most all the time and try to live my life to the fullest, because you should live your life to the fullest. You should do everything to the extent that you're so happy with it. But also health is such a big thing, and I mean, I'm gonna say it right now, I do drink too much and I do party too much. I am 22, so I'm cutting myself some slack and enjoying and like living in the moment. With that being said, I should, you know, tone it down a little bit, and I will, because school and work is starting. so I'll be forced to. But how do I stay motivated in working out? Because I do that at least 5 to 6 times a week. And sometimes I even do it 7 because I love it. I truly, truly feel physically and mentally better after a workout. And I don't do it because I have to. There's no, obviously I want to look good, because when you look good, you feel good. That's hands down 100% true. I can guarantee it. When you look in the mirror and you look good, you feel good. You feel better. Tell me that someone that didn't just get a 6-pack is looking in the mirror and saying, oh, I hate my life. No. If someone gains weight or does this or does that, yes, it's life. It's challenging to, you know, stay at a certain weight, but like when you look good, you feel good. So why not try to, I'm not saying don't eat the foods, don't go out to drink, don't go out to eat, but like balance, baby. Like you can never be the skinniest, you're never gonna be the smartest, you're never gonna be the strongest, but just try and just give it your all. Like who cares? Like live your life so that when you're a parent, you can be active with them and you are in your sexiest years of your life, and you're always gonna look back at the moment you're at right now and be like, oh, I wish I was there. And you have no idea right now. Like I'm 22. I want to be skinnier, I want to be fitter, I want to be all these things, but like how am I gonna do it? Obviously by working and doing these things, and like I try to eat healthy so that I do have those times to go out and do these things. And I eat healthier than the normal human being. I drink more than the normal human being, but I work harder in the gym, and maybe not work harder. I work out probably more times in the gym than the average Joe, and I eat a lot healthier than the average Joe. So how to stay motivated is I just say like, I'm gonna wanna have fun and enjoy my life, so why not do this? But also enjoy it. Do things that you enjoy. I love my trainer here in New York. I love Pilates. I love the feeling when I finish a Barry's bootcamp class. So I do those workouts with those people and those things, and I enjoy those ones. I'm not gonna go to a random class that I hate. I'm not gonna go to a class that's like weightlifting, arm day, whatever, because I hate that stuff. Unless it's like, you know, my trainer's mixing things in. But like, do things that you like. There's so many things to stay active. Cardio, walking, going for a hike is cardio. Going to a swimming is great for you. Doing Pilates is great for you. Yoga is great for you. There's so many options. Biking, there's so many options that like, there's no way that you can say no. And also when you're doing it, and for me, I do not like running on a treadmill, but I do it all the time because it makes me feel better, just mentally and physically. I'll look at myself and I'll literally say, you don't have to do this right now. You want to do this right now. Because I don't have to be paying for this. This is not like a tax. This is literally what I want to do. I want to look at myself and look good in the mirror. I want, as I'm holding my alcohol, but as I want to feel good and feel tight and all those things. So wake up, get up and go and do it, and you'll feel so much better after. That feeling after you worked out or you sweated is so good. So find something that you enjoy and do that, and set a goal and like write down, this week I'm doing this many workouts, this week I'm doing this and this and this, like this week I'm gonna go this class, like plan it beforehand, because I can guarantee you you're gonna want to check it off the list and you're gonna be more obligated to do it. I hope that helped, because that was a huge rant. Like clearly I had a lot to say. How to not go for F-boys. I still haven't learned that yet, so if you have any suggestions, please let me know. Yeah, my dating history isn't that great. I'm currently single. Yeah, and I don't go for the best ones. You can ask anyone in my close circle and they'll be like, yeah, Sarah is not one to have the best picking guys, but that's okay. I'm not settling, so that's a good thing. What has dating outside of your home country been like? I've definitely flown to many places to see many guys, because I seem to just fall for people that do not live in my country. And I think it's like they're the one, so I go out there and I take my time and I give my time and energy to them, and it hasn't worked out for me so far. But obviously like they're different sometimes, and just culturally with wherever, you know, they're from. and like some things they don't understand, but sometimes they're more understanding for certain things. And it is nice because it's not like, you know who they've been with, you know what they've done. It's kind of like you're just seeing who each other are from each other's perspective, and like just from your own perspective, because you don't know anyone that knows them the majority of the time. So that's nice, but at the same time, like, it's different. I mean, I prefer it because it's fun, it's interesting, it's all the above. But I don't know, I've just always gotten along with people from different places that have been through different experiences. I love learning about people and meeting new people. So, but with that being said, let's just remind everyone and myself that I am still single. So clearly it hasn't worked out for me. But I do have this, like I've been saying, I saw something on TikTok and I agree with it, and I kind of took it into my own words and started explaining it to everyone, and I call it the theory. But the theory that I've learned now is about men. And I mean, you can totally disagree with this, go ahead, but I think that men settle for the first person that's in front of them when they're ready to settle down in a relationship. Like, if they're ready for a relationship and it's not 100% convenient for them with what they're doing right now, and it doesn't work, and it's not exactly what they want, and like they're not giving them like living with them and leaving their life to whatever, be with them, the girl isn't, then the guy's just gonna move on and find someone that's just gonna fit their schedule and their, you know, life, especially athletes. And yeah, athletes, but just in general, like guys settle for the first girl that's, you know, in their perspective, or in their, that they're talking to when they're ready for a relationship or to settle down. It's the first person. They could have someone that got away, but I promise you, I don't promise you, but it's very likely. I want to promise you because it is really true. Like, if you think about it, think of it in your situation or whatever situations that you've had. Actually, don't. Like, if you're the one that they settled for. I mean, I don't even know. Scratch. I'm just gonna leave it there, okay? End of conversation on that one. What has, okay, already answered that. Do you manifest? I mean, I want to manifest more because I've been seeing it on TikTok. I mean, I'm on it too often to not see manifestation things. But I believe in myself, and I think that's a part of manifesting. But I also just believe in myself, and I believe that I can achieve the goals that I set. So because I set so many goals, I have something to try to attain. And I think that people don't set goals or don't write it down. If you know me, I have 7 fucking calendars. Way too many calendars. I have way too many notes. I have way too many things that I set all these goals: eating, fitness, school, work, socials, all these things. I set all these goals so that I have something that I'm working towards. And right when I achieve those goals, go to the next one, go to the next one, go to the next one, make new ones. Like, I'm constantly pushing myself. And I think that's a way of manifesting itself, I think. Because manifesting is like saying it and then trying to do it. So like, I'm writing it down and then I'm putting it out into the universe and then I'm trying to do it. So I mean, I definitely want to look into more manifesting, but I think that's my way of like manifesting for myself. Consider yourself as a spiritual person. Like, do you mean like, do I believe in God? I'm Christian and Catholic, so I believe in God. I pray sometimes. I used to go to church with my family, normally on like Easter and Christmas. Like, I believe in God, but I mean, I should go to church more, but yeah, I believe in God, I pray, but I would love to go to church more. So if anyone wants to go in New York, let's go together. But I'm not hardcore, I guess. But I believe people are looking out for you above. Biggest turnoff if you were dating someone. If you know me, you know that I hate guys that drink twisted teas. I used to be not seeing, but like this guy came to visit me, a hockey player actually, and we went to go get drinks before like we went out to eat, and he bought Twisted Teas to Brie. And now whenever, and like I didn't end up going for him, I was not interested. I sadly ghosted him, which I will never do again. I hate ghosting because I've been ghosted and I see now how it feels, and I'm so sorry if that person's watching this, I'm so sorry to that to you. Will not happen again. But yeah, it was a really big turn off. And like, when I understand everyone's insecure, but obviously like I tried, whatever you put yourself out as and how you carry yourself is how other people are going to look at you. So when a guy's insecure, obviously you see them as insecure, and like I'm not judging them or anything, but that's not just someone that it's just not someone that I'm going to choose to be my person. Because like I want to be protected. I'm into that old school love of not like obviously 50-50 or 100 and 100 in every way, shape or form, emotion, spiritually there, mentally there, physically there, obviously money, like I want to be able to support myself, I want them to be able to support themselves, and we can obviously conjoin when we are married, but I want to be taken care of in a sense of like I want to feel safe with my partner. So if you're insecure and you don't provide that for me, it's a bit of a turn off. Also, when you're not athletic, because I work out so much and I physically love it, like I think my favorite thing to do in the world is work out with my significant other. I used to date this guy back in Toronto, and we used to work out together, and it was probably one of my favorite things to do ever, because it was so fun, and we'd compete against each other, and it was like this like activity that was healthy activity that we always felt good after, and we were helping each other and ourselves, and so amazing. Like I love it. Work out with your girlfriend or boyfriend if you're amazing enough to have one. How did I get where I am today? I gotta give it to the journals, not the journals, but like the notebooks and the notes and the calendars and all that. That's how I am where I am today, because, and not giving, obviously I care, but be nice to everyone, keep those connections, keep those people around, check in on them and all these things, because when you move somewhere and that someone that you met 4 years ago also lives there, and they introduce you to your friends. Like when I came to New York, I met these people that I knew from my hometown years and years ago, like almost like 4 years ago, and we reconnected when I was here because I moved here, and now she's introduced me to so many people. I've introduced her to some of my new friends. Like that's how the world goes around. Just be nice to everyone, and I swear to you, you'll make it very far. But also, yeah, the notebooks and setting goals and everything, because you need something to go off of and something to try to achieve. So that's a great way to get to where you want to be. I might go off camera to do my eyes, because I don't even know what I'm gonna do. I don't even know what I'm wearing. So like, yeah. Okay, I guess I can keep talking. I'll just pull this up. I don't know if you're able to even see or hear me. What is your focus for year 2020? Phone right now. This is so weird. My focus for 2023. My focus is to live in the moment. That's for sure, because I think too much about the next time, and one of my friends told me that I have to start living in the moment, and it like clicked in me. You know, when someone says it clicked, no, like it actually clicked that I wasn't doing that. So live in the moment, and to get over my anxiety. Like I get way too anxious, and I understand that, like whatever, but like I just need to be more confident and not anxious. I'm gonna really try this year, but also I'm gonna live in the moment, and I'm still gonna try to look at the world glass half full, because I always do, and I just want to be happy. and obviously pursue my goals, but I've been doing that and I know that I'll continue to do that. So I have no doubt in my mind that I'm not gonna be, you know, trying to achieve that goal, all my goals. What is your favorite quality about yourself? One physical and one non-physical. Physical, I'm very harsh on myself, so let me start with non-physical. Non-physical, oh my god, I hate talking about myself. I don't even know. Let me think for a second. My favorite quality about myself, non-physical, is how comfortable I want the people around me in a room, even if I just met them, but I always want people to feel comfortable. So I will go as far as making myself like joke about myself if to protect somebody else's feelings and make them feel more comfortable in a conversation or a situation. I think that, I don't know if that was the best way to explain it, but like I want to make sure everyone feels comfortable in a room, in an event, in a conversation. So I will literally do whatever it takes to make those people feel comfortable. And by people I just mean anyone in a room. Physical, and also I think, now I just have so much to say. Also I think that another non-physical one that I like about myself is that I'm so okay with chasing my dreams. I'm 22. I don't know where the hell I'm gonna end up. I don't need to be in New York. I'd be so much more comfortable in Toronto, but I want so bad to chase my dreams. I'm gonna do it until I can't do it anymore physically. So, and some people just are happy with staying at home and never kind of chase their dreams, and I am not going to do that. So I'm going to chase them, and I'm so happy that I'm doing that. Follow your freaking dreams, everybody. Physical, I guess my legs. I like how hard I've worked to get legs that I have, or like my height. I like my height. That's a weird one, but yeah, I'm gonna go with height. Height is my favorite physical aspect of myself. What's the hardest lesson you've learned thus far? Oh my god, I've learned a lot. I learned everything. My dad likes to say, I learned everything the hard way. The hardest lesson I've probably ever learned, and this is just the first one that came to my head because I'm sure there's so many more, but the hardest lesson I've ever learned is you do not need to impress anyone. Be yourself. Do not feel as though you need to, you know, be this certain person that somebody else wants you to be, or act in a certain way, or speak a certain way, or carry yourself a certain way. Like, be yourself. And yeah, don't conform into whatever other people. And like, high school was the hardest 4 years of my life. Like, hardest 4 years of my life. Like, when I have kids, like, I don't even know, I might homeschool them for high school because I hated it so much. But I tried to be liked by everyone, and I wish I just was myself, honestly. And I cared too much about what other people thought, and it put me, like, it held me back from being as great as I could have been. I believe. So yeah, I just wish I didn't care, because who freaking cares what those mean girls had to say about me in high school? Like, I don't even know where they are now. But yeah, for those of you who don't know, I got bullied in high school, and yeah, but I know a lot of people have gone through similar things, and we have to stop caring so much about what other people have to say for us, about us, and think about us. Next question, why is Miguel your favorite? Haha, well, you are my favorite. So, yeah. Next question, I'm only gonna do a few more. How to show up online when dealing with imposter syndrome or perfectionism. How to show up online. I think they mean like I guess like just what it says, how to show up online. Honestly, everyone used to say like, find your niche, find your niche. Niches aren't a thing anymore. Niches, you are your own niche. So just promote yourself and open up and connect with people. Like, talk about things that you actually genuinely think or give a shit about, and don't try to be someone else. Don't try to be perfect, because nobody, and I mean nobody, is perfect. You're never gonna be perfect. I'm never gonna be perfect. No one's ever gonna be perfect, so stop trying. But someone's always gonna be better than you at something. But like, at the end of the day, you are your own niche. Just like, be who you are, and like, trust me, you'll find that people connect with you so much more if you just are yourself. And it's so hard nowadays because, you know, editing and filters, but I can guarantee you nobody looks as good as they do on Instagram. Nobody looks as good as they do in that one picture that you're obsessing over. Like, life is hard, and there's so many things out there that everyone can like help, or angles or this or that, even if it's not like an editing thing, even if it's just like an angle or something. Like, nobody's perfect, so stop trying to attain what is unattainable and just be yourself, and people will idolize that because that's what they're struggling with too. So yeah, like, don't get me wrong, I try to be perfect in pictures too. Everyone does. But at the end of the day, like, we're never gonna be perfect, so why are we wasting our time trying? What do you miss most about Toronto? The frickin' people. What's your favorite part about living in a new country? Also just meeting new people and being able to be exactly who I am, and like introduce myself to people as me, and not having any like one know anything about where I came from, who I used to be friends with, any of that. Like, it's all just me, which is very, very refreshing. Yeah, so I'm gonna come back when I'm done. That's all the questions I'm gonna answer for today. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll be back when my face is glammed up. It's almost done, so I'll be back soon. I'm back. Hopefully this focuses. I'm just gonna take my hair out and brush it out again. But yeah, I'm done my makeup. I made a few TikToks. Follow me on TikTok if you haven't yet. I have been out, actually posting like probably there the most in all my socials. I kind of love it. I think I have the most followers there than anywhere. So feel free to check me out on there. But yeah, I hope you like the final look. I still need to get changed because no, I am not going out in a crew neck. But this is my face. This is the look. A nice little light smoky eye, a little liner because I'm not wearing my lashes extensions anymore. Very glossy lip, bronzed. And yeah, love you guys. I will see you next time.